Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make two different sizes of tumbling tower block plant holders for faux plants. Now you're going to start out with 4 blocks, and I'm using the wood glue from Dollar Tree, and these tumbling tower blocks also came from the Dollar Tree. These are the brown ones that are in the brown and the raw wood package. And I tend to not use them, but we're going to use them today. So I'm just going to put these together in a square formation. And we're going to do 12 of these. And after you get these glued together, you do want to just let them sit for a few hours, maybe an hour or so, before you glue them together, because if not, they will kind of fall apart. But if you let them sit for, I'd say about an hour, and you start putting them together, you'll be fine. So you want to make 12 of these squares. This glue does hold up very well, but you do have to wait until it dries. And I know a lot of us don't have patience, especially me. So there I have my 12 squares done, and now I'm going to take three of the blocks, and I'm going to glue them side by side. And that's going to be the bottom of this planter. And that's all you need to make this. We're going to start putting it together, and I'm just going to put glue on the inside corners of these squares, as you see me doing right there. So you have one sitting down there, and then you just want to put this one on top of it and have the corners, the edges, just like you see right there. So in the middle of the previous block. You can see how I have it better than I can explain it. And then the third layer, you're going to do it just like you did the first layer. And you want to make sure that it lines up. Again, you're going to put your glue on the inside corners of this square. And then you want to line it up with that bottom square. Just like that. Kind of looks like a sandwich with the cheese hanging out. Or a star. Now this one you're going to do the same thing, only you're going to line it up with the second square that you put on. And you're just going to keep doing that until you have all 12 of the squares put together. So there it is. Just keep doing the same thing, putting your glue on the inside of the squares and then laying them on top of the last square you put down and lining it up with the square two below the one you just put down. And for this one, I did make 12 of the squares. So the most important thing is just to line them up. And there I have all 12 of them on there, and we're going to add the bottom. So to add the bottom, I'm just going to put glue all the way around the inside of this square here. And then the 3 blocks that we glued side to side, just going to put that on top. Now you could leave it this color and just say it's done, but I am going to paint mine. And I do like it much better painted. So there it is with all 12 of the squares stacked on in the bottom on. And you do need to let it dry. I would say dry for a couple hours or so before you paint it. Now you can either use a brush and paint it, or what I like to do is use spray paint. So I use this Rust-Oleum Metallic Finish Gold paint, and I think it looks nice. I really like it. And here it is, all done. Isn't that pretty? Love it. And then I just have this greenery, and I want to say I got this from Walmart, but I've had it for quite a while. So I'm just going to add my greenery to my little vase here. Now you do not want to use real greenery because you cannot put water in this, as I'm sure you're well aware. So just put your faux plants in there. And I like the way it turned out. Let me know what you think, and is this something that you might try to make? Pretty easy. And here it is. Looking good. And now we're going to go on to the next one. So same thing, same blocks, same glue. I'm just going to make a bigger one, and I'm going to make it shorter. You might be hearing my chair squeak. It's pretty loud. And the ice in my cup. You get thirsty talking. But anyway, I do like this wood glue for the tumbling tower blocks. I think it works very well. So you're just going to take 2 blocks and glue them end to end. And you want to do 4 of these for each of the squares that you're going to be making. And see, there I didn't let it sit long enough. I'm impatient, but I'm still going to continue on. So you want to make a square just like you did with the previous blocks. The only thing is, instead of using 1 block for each side, you're going to use 2 blocks. So it's just going to be a bigger version of what we just made. And I like to just put my glue on the ends of the pieces. Oh, there you see my head. And then glue them together. So for this one, you want 10 of these blocks. Squares. 10 of the squares with 2 tumbling tower blocks on each side. But again, when you're doing this, just let your glue set up for a while. You know, glue them together and then walk away for a little bit and then come back. And make your squares. Let your squares set up and then come back a little bit later and put them together. You know, it's kind of hard when you're filming to wait and do stuff, so. And I'm sorry, this is kind of out of frame. No, it is out of frame, not kind of, it is. Sorry about that. But again, you're just making, there I go. Making 10 of these. So I realized it was out of frame, and then I readjusted. That one fell apart. But really, this glue is good. I mean, I'm surprised because it comes from Dollar Tree, but it is good wood glue. And once you get it together, it is hard to get it apart if you need to. And sometimes when you can get it apart, it actually takes the wood with it. That's how good the glue is. Now I'm going to put the pieces together for the bottom. So I'm taking six of the pieces and gluing them side by side. And you want to do 2 of these. So that's one set, and I'm going to do another set. So I like to start with the second block and just put glue on both sides. That way I think it goes a little bit faster. You're not picking up each block. You can do another one beside it, and then the next one you pick up, you put glue on 2 sides and then put it down, and you can slide the next one, and then you only have one left to do. I just think it goes a little bit faster. And then once you get these 2 sets done, you want to glue them together end to end. But you do want them to dry, and that's what I did. Believe it or not, I did wait. And that creates the bottom. Okay, so we're going to start putting this together. And where I'm going to put my glue is in the inside edge of the sides. And I probably used a little too much, but hey. And then we just do it the same way that we did the previous vase. So you have the one down as a square, and then you put the other one like kind of like a diamond. So that's 2 of them together. You're going to take your third one and do it like a square so that it matches up with your bottom one. And you do want to match it up as best as you can. That's how it looks the best. I mean, if it's off a little bit, it's not going to matter too much, but you do want to get it matched up as much as possible. And like I said, for this one, we're using 10 of the squares. And you can see my glue is not totally dry here. Because again, you know, I don't like to wait. Sometimes that has dire consequences. I mean, nothing you can't fix, but, you know. So you want to line that one up with not the one you just put on, but the one before it. And you just keep doing that until you use all 10 of your squares. Oops, see there? That one fell apart. Yeah, it wasn't dry yet. But no worries, no worries. You can put it back together and continue. Oops. There it goes again. Let's put that back on. I probably should have just taken it off and let it dry, but that's just not how I roll. Of course, I had to continue on. So I think what happened was I did let it dry for a little bit, and then I came back to add the rest because I didn't want that to keep happening where my pieces fell apart. So again, I just put my glue along the inside edges of the square. I don't think you have to put as much glue on it as I used, but hey, whatever works. And here's the bottom. Now, I could have flipped this over and put this on the actual bottom, but I decided just to go ahead with it and put it on here without moving it. I just didn't want it to fall apart. Deciding which side I want to be the outside portion of it. Just pop that right on there. And I did put my glue on the inside part of the square, and then I did spray paint it with the metallic finish Rust-Oleum gold paint. I like using spray paint better than using a brush and the other paint. Now I'm just going to take some shipping foam, you know, was just in some with some electronics or whatever, and I did cut it down, and I'm putting it in the bottom of my little vase there. And again, you only want to use this for faux flowers, of course. And then these I actually got from the Dollar Tree. So I did cut them apart, and I'm placing them individually in the foam. I'm placing the taller purple ones towards the back. And then I have these others, a hydrangea, I think a rose, and I'm not sure what the other flowers are. So I'll put in the hydrangea next and the rose, and then I'm going to have these pretty little flowers here in front. And like I said, I did get all of these flowers from the Dollar Tree last year, I think it was. Isn't that pretty? So which one do you like better? The taller, skinny one or the shorter, fat one? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if this is something you would try. I liked using up the brown blocks and being able to paint them in the gold so they look so much better. but you can just leave them brown if you want. So here's the one we just did, and there's both of them. Let me know which one's your favorite. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts.